fucking 3 times a day instead of once because it's pissing down me thinking, fucking hell, I'm not going out in this.
And then you don't want to be a fat cunt walking around like a beach whale.
No, but
because people are going to see what you look like underneath your puffer jacket.
When it's summer holidays, everybody's going, I've got 12 weeks. I've gone on holiday in 2 weeks. What's best gear? So these steroids, not miracles, you think.
So I admit, can I do cut shot? So I started Clen yesterday. All right, mate. All right.
I'm going to join. I'm going to get me setting in shape. I just want to get 220 key first.
And then join coaching. Well, the whole point is, that's how you get there.
Are we on? Oh, we're on.
Oh,
hey, that's what I've put in there. I've just put a new box in, peak notes. Just to keep everything.
All right, yeah, for your peak week clients.
Yeah.
Yes, big dogs. Sorry, Naif's just working again. They're not really paying any attention to the podcast.
Yes,
big dog. 2 weeks on the trot.
Fucking hell. Mate, it's hard at the top. It's hard at the top. Right, so welcome back to episode number 10.
Fucking 10.
We're in double digits. And we've got some announcements to make. Jimmy, do you want to do the honours?
Which announcements are these?
As subscribers.
All right, yeah. So we have reached 1,000 subscribers, which you took your fucking time. I'm not going to lie. We were expecting this weeks ago, but we've dragged it out. And the doctor was going to bring the products for his skincare routine.
But I've forgotten because I'm in a rush.
He's clearly busy as well. Are you with us?
Yeah, no, I am. I am. Do you know what I have got? I know your skincare routine.
See, I don't.
I do. I know it. It's not what you were going to divulge on the podcast. So listen, I can.
Well, I'd like the doctor to say it, and what I'd like is I'd like honesty, and
no,
bullshit.
It's not. It's salt scrub. Right, let's start. How do you go? So with my face, or we'll start
everything.
Can we just start at first because you're doing my bit here, and this is my bit, right? I'm not a bummer, right? I keep getting fucking geezers called fucking Dorothy now, fucking following me. All fucking bummers, fucking. I'm like, well, you shouldn't look so good, should you? Another couple of bummers. Yeah, it's because you cunts keep going on about my fucking skincare. I'm like, I'm not a bummer. My body or my face?
All of it.
So
skin.
Yeah, but
no. We promised.
Shaving. You don't have to shave a lot, do you? I don't have to shave. Look.
And is that because you're not a hairy person in general?
Yeah, but look, I shaved about 8 weeks ago.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I shaved my beard this morning. Basically.
Yeah, I don't get him. I don't get him. So right. I have a shave every now and again just to look good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Sheen.
Yeah. Then I have a salt scrub. I like a salt scrub. Have you ever used a salt scrub?
I don't know. You're like, gonna have to
it's a life changer. He won't use it. What is it? What is what? What's the specific one that you use? Yeah, I'm not telling you specific.
No, you have to.
You have to. I'm telling you, salt scrub. There's loads of salt scrubs out there.
You've told me.
You'll find.
I'm not having this. I'm not. We promised.
You'll find your own salt scrub. I'm giving you answers. Which one do you use? I'm not telling people what I'm
10,000 subscribers.
Is it 2,000, and I'll let you know. Is it that silver serum one? No, that's for me. That silver serum is to if you get a spot. But that's not a scrub. You just put that on. No, yeah. So if you get a spot and you get something with silver in it, it takes bad bacteria out of your spot and you don't get it don't take good bacteria out of your body. Right. So you don't get spots everywhere. Right. That's another good thing for you. So
silver serum.
Yeah. And where do you get that from? Anywhere.
Amazon.
Just anywhere.
Right.
So salt scrub for exfoliation.
And this is everywhere, head to toe.
Yeah, don't put it on your face.
Right. So neck down.
Neck down. It's like
exfoliation, just like
yeah. It's like rubbing glass on your body. Sand. But it's good. Do you know what I mean? Do you get the one with like oil in it? Yeah, it's got to have got an oil in it. Right. They've all got oils in them. Do you know what I mean? Don't be using bath ones, Epsom salt, because it'll hurt.
That's just sandpaper.
Fucking hell. but serums for if you get spots. So like,
so you're treating spots with silver serum.
Yeah, so if
you're
you get spots on your back,
body
you get
with
spots on your back or on your body.
Yeah.
Like we all get them. Do you know what I mean? From sweating or gear or even if you have a shave. If you use serum, watch, it goes, you don't get any more. Because if not, and you keep washing it, it goes all low and you end up with more and more around them, don't you?
Yeah.
That's it.
No, it's not.
That's which one? What do you want?
What about why is your skin so silky smooth?
That's cossery.
No, but what do you put on it to make it look shiny?
Cocoa butter.
I thought it were.
No, cocoa butter. That's what small chocolate.
I thought it were Avon Skin So Soft.
Oh no, that's if I go. That's if I go fishing. If you put Skin So Soft on, you won't get bit by midges.
Right, hang on, because you were confusing everyone here. So
no, I'm not confusing anybody.
Yeah.
I use cocoa butter.
So that's what it is. Salt scrub,
and then you put cocoa butter on after.
So you shower, then salt scrub, then cocoa butter, or what?
Like, yeah. When you get out,
what's your procedure? Because this is important.
You get dry.
So you got out of bath.
You get out of bath and you dry yourself.
Dry yourself, yeah, like that, yeah.
But you pat. You don't dry.
This percentage is fucking changing it.
Yeah.
You don't.
I don't know why hot bummers are following me.
You don't dry. You pat.
You're right, okay.
Because oil will not come off your body then.
So what oil? Where's this come from?
From scrub.
You're not even.
I'm listening.
No, because
he's not even listening.
I don't know what a salt scrub is.
He's not even brushed his fucking teeth this morning.
He's not even listening.
But so you're bathing in salt scrub?
No, he's scrubbing. He's exfoliating in salt scrub, but it has like an oil in it.
He's not weird.
Right. So is that before or after bath?
That leaves like a soft feel.
Leaves your skin soft.
So then you've got pat yourself dry and then cocoa butter.
Yeah, and you put cocoa butter on every day. Otherwise, you end up looking like an old leather shoe or something.
I don't.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you moisturise? Mate, my legs.
Look at me.
and that's why. That's why. And that's why.
What about your face?
If I have posing, fucking hell. No, I'll tell you what it is. I'm just trying to think of
protocol.
Yeah. Can't remember what it's called. That's for next then. Because that weren't skincare, but for body.
Right, okay.
2,000 subscribers. Yeah. Face one. What about that, huh?
All right.
Face one and the brand of the salt scrub.
I'll bring it.
Yeah, all right then.
What about your aftershave? An antiperspirant?
Oh, I just use Creed, me.
Oh, just Creed.
Just Creed.
300 quid ago.
Just Creed.
Yeah.
I like Creed.
Yeah, well, I've still got a bottle of that from years ago. It's not bad. There's not that much out of it. I don't use it.
I've not. I've never had a bottle of Creed.
I love it.
Just because.
I just spray it all over.
Just because everybody uses it.
Yeah.
So
I've only been given it as a gift. I've never bought it. I've never bought aftershave in my life, I don't think.
I bought something a bit more expensive, but it was fucking horrible. Like oud. It was fucking horrible.
Nicest one I've had recently is Aqua de Parma, which is an oud.
I don't like it. It smells like...
Phoebe's got me for my birthday.
It smells like a fucking cheap fucking plug-in air freshener.
Does it?
I was like, fucking 300 quid? You fucking
I don't know how we can charge that for... It's a scent at the end of the day, innit? What makes it different from another? What's the fucking difference between that and Old Spice?
Creed just stays there.
Right, let's get off it.
Yeah, so there's
doctors'
skincare.
There's
Part 2000.
There's his attempt at skincare routine. Somebody try it for how long will it take? Do you reckon? Week, 2 weeks?
What's that?
Till you start seeing benefits.
Straight away.
All right, so try it and let us know. I'll be interested.
And stop following me for bummers.
I don't want it. Right, Jimmy, should we go straight into some questions, or do you want to go into the topics that we've got on today? Because you've
why don't we start with the topic and then go into some questions, then go into the next topic after that?
What about gripes?
Well, people have sent gripes in, actually.
Have they?
Have you got? I reckon you've got some.
I've got my own gripes.
I've got some gripes.
We didn't get any last time, and I'd like to get gripes in because
I think we should have gripes a bit further on.
Right, all right.
Like closer, not to end.
Shows
you know
we're
what I mean?
fucking organised again.
Middle.
Yeah, middle.
That's to be organised. Right, let's do
Personal updates.
Quick personal updates, yeah, just quick. Where are you? What's happened? Toe all right?
Toes all right. 10 days into prep.
Cycles on.
500, 100,
Test.
500 test, 500 primo, 100 trend.
No DHB, just straight in with trend.
Lowest it's been.
No else.
Lowest it's been.
And that's it.
Bit of clean.
What's calories a day? What we on? Cardio calories.
2,900.
I can get it up.
2.9 and cardio.
30, 7 days every day. 30 in the morning, 30 at night on Stairmaster.
And then
12,000 steps. But I've been trying to do my steps.
But high incline.
Yeah.
Yeah. So old school aggressive prep. In and out, no messing. Proper
10
job.
Week. I'm not even.
Yeah, fucking no 20-week shit. Like,
yeah, but I'm not even bothered. Like, what I mean is, I know in 10 weeks I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Might not be as lean as I were before, but I'm not about that.
Yeah.
I just want to be all right. For
no, I like that. Yeah, I like that.
What did I start at? 94.6, 92.2 today. So
Also 2.4 kilo
10
off.
days.
So right, yeah, £10. No, £6. Something like that.
Good start.
Yeah.
Start.
As long as
It keeps going like that.
yeah, because I thought if I take 1.2 off, that'd be 12 key of a 10. 1.2
Yeah,
a week.
yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
£25-ish.
It's done.
Yeah.
And I'd be in good nick at that because that'd take me to 82. I were 82 in my fucking photo shoot last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you'll go that low.
No, but you know what I mean? If I go for that.
If you did, you did.
Yeah.
If you carried on in this
The thing is,
trajectory,
he's
it
not
would
bothered
slow
about
down.
flattening off. He just wants to get condition.
Yeah, just
Doesn't matter to me. I'm not going
Well,
on
your
stage.
body don't drop off very much, does
No,
it? You
no.
don't get too flat, does it?
Yeah.
It's not like me where it just
So
disappear.
it just so just keep doing that. Obviously, cardio will get upped.
As needed.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
and it will.
Yeah,
Sounds.
all right. It's telling me it will. Because he messaged me saying, 10 weeks, like, set me up. I'll follow it. He's actually bought a tripod and he's took some pictures. He's not sent to me.
I bought a tripod. It's all right, and all.
Fucking hell.
It feels like it was made in Russia or something, though. Fucking hell, it's heavy.
Is
Do you know what I mean?
Amazon Basics one.
Yeah, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's got one of them buttons, but I don't know how to
You
use one
need
of them
them.
You
buttons.
Bluetooth it to your phone.
Is that what you do?
Yeah.
I thought, what's this? Fucking through it.
Honestly, they're like it's a gate. Like people who don't check it, I'm like, go on Amazon now, tenner, buy it. It's just
Phoebe's just got a client who, do you know like check-ins?
in mirror or
Mirror.
Yeah, stop it.
Like,
Don't do that.
Have you not got time to just fucking get up and send a check-in?
It's all right and all. You can mess about. And that, I just keep going.
Just have it set up.
Well, this is something we can touch on actually because I've had this conversation multiple times every week for the last 10 years. When you have a check-in in the same place, have your tripod set at the same height, your camera at the same distance, and the lights or your ring light, if you've got a ring light on, the same every week, and that's it.
That's fucking simple.
And then if it's dark and it's winter, and then you can transition outside to do daylight check-ins, perfect. But just keep it consistent.
I try and say this to lifestyle clients as well, because they take the first and I'm like, do your first one properly, because you're going to get somewhere where you're going to start showing people.
Yeah.
And
you want that start point from them
your
as well.
first in's fucking on an angle, like with half your head cut off. Do you know? You know what I mean. But so I've just got a tripod. I don't really like it, but you can mess about posing. So I've been going around doing posing.
You've been doing some routines.
Get ready.
Twisting
Not
back
routine.
double.
I've just been doing like
Your mandatories.
Yeah. I've just been making sure, then looking and thinking, right,
A little bit more.
Yeah.
So what about you, big dog? Anything progressing, or are we just still natty and full of cum?
I'm not.
It's on full.
It's fucking warm in here today. Yeah, I'm not natty.
Oh,
I'm not natty. I am 120 milligrams of testosterone per week.
that's natty.
It's natty, isn't it? I don't actually. I'm gonna have my bloods done this week actually at show at PCA.
Are they? Is that Saturday?
Saturday and Sunday.
Do you know what? If there's tickets, I might come anyway because I might get my bloods done.
Are you coming?
No.
You fucker! You told me last week. Right.
He's going.
This is for audience. I messaged Doctor last week after podcast.
You didn't. You asked me.
Asked you 2 weeks
asked
after
me.
the podcast. I said,
You asked
look,
me.
I've got 9 clients over the weekend. I've got 2 on Saturday, 7 on Sunday.
I said, I'll see you in a bit.
And he said, yeah. I said,
No, I didn't. I didn't.
I said, can you come and just
You
give me...
know, I didn't say yeah.
I said, can you come and give me a dig out?
I said, I'll see. And then
And
in
he
group
said,
chat,
yeah.
and then in group chat, you put it in group chat, in your port, in group chat, and there's evidence in group chat, because group chat don't get deleted. And it says, well, all big dog cast want to come, and Jimmy Port I'll come. So that's me out of it.
Fuck it.
Because Jimmy's saved day, Anna.
Well, I might not go now.
No, you can't do that, Jimmy. You can't do that.
No,
I've
well,
had to get
probably-
skincare routine away because you said no.
How can we get you to a show when I'm fucking? I could be drowning in. I'm organised.
Learn how to swim because if you're
I'm
drowning,
organised.
if you're drowning at a show,
I'm organised.
it's down to me.
I'm on it.
Nate doesn't need the hand, but sometimes
It's nice
just to have a second pair of eyes, especially when you're going. If you've got 5 or 6 people competing and there's one guy who's fucking shredded, one guy's. It's hard to sometimes differentiate a look between each person. So sometimes it just needs a nudge, but it's all right, mate. I'll save Dave.
Doctors let me down.
Well, Jimmy's saved day for me.
So
cheers, Jimmy.
Sonic's got nothing else to do.
But yeah, I'm gonna get my bloods done again at weekend with Eval because they're there.
Yeah.
See where this 120 milligrams a week is sitting me. But I can tell you what, you can. I must be I'm not going to say it because fucking I've had a few clients who say it. I'm a hyper responder. You know what I'm talking. You know which one I'm talking about. He's not my client anymore. But
Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. Fucking
I'm
hell.
a hyper responder. I'm like, fuck it, hell, are you?
So what? Cheesecake.
Yeah. So I put 120 mg of test pack in. So I've had like 4 shots now, 60 mg twice a week. Man, I'm up £7.
That's what we like to hear.
Must be fucking.
You actually, I don't know if it's your t-shirt. To me, you looked a bit big. Like last couple of times I've seen you, not that you looked natty, but you just don't have that
fullness.
Yeah, I'm fucking juiced up to gills sort of look to you.
Yeah.
And I've
Which were 14. That was 14 weeks off.
Yeah, and then I saw you today, and even the other day, and I was like, looks a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know if that was body leveling out or whatever. But obviously,
diet's not changed.
Because you've put a gram back in.
My output's probably less. I've probably been doing cardio 2 or 3 times a week on my rest days. I've been always doing a fasted walk in the morning with dogs, which is between 30 and 45 minutes. Box about 4,000, 5,000 steps off with dogs, and then get back to the laptop. So my steps are about 10,000 a day. Because I'll take dogs out twice, walk him out gym, and I'm cardioing probably 2 or 3 times a week. So my output's probably less than what it were.
Your food's low though, isn't it?
My food's low for me. It's not like super low, but it's like 550 carb on training day, 500 carb on non-training day. Only thing difference in my meals is my intra-carb.
Yeah.
So even my post-workout meal, it's same as what it is.
So you're on like 3,500 calories, 3,000.
I have 50 gram intra. 50 gram intra-carb. So there's literally 50 grams difference between training day and rest day.
Do you have intro?
No, I just have amino acids, creatine, and electrolytes.
Do you have intro as you're going up?
No, I just have it on.
It messes with your digestion.
Yeah.
It does.
The thing is,
that's
I
why I'm asking.
I have carbs pre, carbs intra, carbs post. There's just no point in the day where I get a digestion break. So I drink water through training, and then we have half-time oranges. Fucking get that EAA in halfway through. Or 2 hours after my pre-workout meal, I drink it. Usually like exercise 3, and then 2 hours later, I'll have my 3 hours later, I'll have my post-workout protein hit.
Yeah. So and I feel fuller, and me fucking lifts. Me training leading into Sweden was starting to suffer. And then, obviously, I trained a few times in Sweden. I did a push-pull legs over there. No, I didn't. I did push-pull upper, sorry. And it felt all right, but you're training in different gyms on different equipment. And so you're not
in routine anyway.
You're not in your proper
You're a bit
sessions.
tired.
I was fucking tired. And then my first leg session back in Sweden, I was like, I should have probably had another extra rest day because I was bollocksed. But I was just like, I'm a bit disappointed. Like, it started well, and then I got to the quad section, and I was like, knee just didn't feel right. I was probably just a bit under-recovered. But then my last 3 sessions, said to you, didn't I? The last 3 sessions have been fucking... Well, last 4 sessions have
Best
been
you've had in a while.
Best I've had in a long, long time.
I went to Derby with Felly yesterday.
I went to Derby with Felly yesterday, and that was great. Really enjoyed it. I after this weekend...
got a bit more time.
Game on, you reckon?
Game on.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and I can progress my lifts. Like, everything feels good. I feel strong. My joints feel better. Just from 120 milligrams of testosterone. I don't know if it's placebo, but I feel fuller. I've put £7 on.
Yeah, I think
done dumbbells more and all, or did you just do it once?
No, I did dumbbells S20. First time I've done them in years, and it felt great. So I did low incline dumbbell press. Felt great. Yesterday I did flat prime press, pin loaded machine. Then I did incline plate loaded prime. But
That's best thing, innit?
Yeah, it felt very nice. What did I do? The other day I did Smith machine JM press, laterals, pec deck. My sessions are what I've got set up a minute, so I'm happy with my training. I just need a shave. See how I feel. I'm going to take some photos on Monday
and then go from
there.
Off.
Is there any? I know we spoke about it briefly with the coach. Have you made a decision on that yet? Because I know you were like, is there any point in me going into a coaching scenario now with me just hanging around, or are you going to put it off a little bit?
I'll be like open and honest about it. So I've been in touch with John Jewett, who the detail that he come back to me with was fantastic. I jumped on a call with him. We had a good chat for half an hour. Honestly, like I would be really excited to work with him, but obviously he knows what phase I'm in currently. So there's not going to be that much. Yes, there's progress that I can make. I understand that still from where I am now, and just being better at my process a little bit more, get a little bit more locked in after this season's died down a little bit. But I can't push gear. I probably can't push food. I'm not really in a position with like the amount of drugs that I'm using and stuff like that to be like going into an aggressive dieting phase. So I'm kind of just happy just like holding.
Yeah, just chilling out.
And we spoke about this and he said like, there's probably not going to be much that I'm going to be changing. It's just refining your process, acting like a pro, making sure you're doing everything that you should be doing, which I should be doing anyway, which I do. I probably let that slip a little bit, like in terms of like checking myself in, posing. I've not posed properly for a while, just because I didn't like how
I don't think you need to in this phase, really.
Because I'm a bit softer and I'm like, fuck.
Give yourself a negative image.
I don't want to give myself a negative sort of outlook on myself. So we had a really good chat, and I was like, all for like, right, let's get cracking. Now I understand that John's an elite. He's probably one of the best coaches in terms of knowledge and his process and in the world. That's why I reached out to him. And I 100% want to work with him. But because they do it a little bit differently in America in terms of like payment. We do monthly payments. They do 6 months or 12 months up front. And if I'm paying 6 months or 12 months up front, which is it's a decent amount of money, I want to be able to like full send it. Because like if I'm paying 6 months or 12 months up front, I'm not really moving that far forward because I'm currently in this fertility phase.
You want your return on investment.
I'm not saying it's a waste of money, but can I probably just do exactly what I'm doing, just better, and be where I need to be in 6 months' time anyway? Probably.
Yeah.
What I'm wanting from John when I do actually like potentially sign up, if he's still got space for me, is like, right, let's go.
Yeah.
We've got to put some muscle back on what I've potentially lost in this phase.
We start on not take a long time, will it?
No.
You know what I mean?
You'll progress at a quicker rate after this break than you ever have.
Yeah. So
you see it all of the time.
So I've been numbing and ahhing over the weekend, but I think just from where I'm at the minute, I just don't know if it's the right time to be like, right, let's get a coach when I can't probably, even though I can give it my all, but it's like
it's just no point.
It's relative to where I am, especially for the money that I've got.
Yeah,
if it's an investment, and if I'm investing, I want to be able to start seeing progress straight off the bat, more or less. And I probably won't be able to see that. So it's it was an hard one. I've
just on the back burner for now, then.
Yeah, I'm just going to put it on back burner for now.
And what about you then?
We started
increasing calories.
Calories yesterday, so I've took. What have I took? £27 off in this diet.
What's that? Food's gone up?
Yeah, food was
loads of food, like.
No, well, he increased it a little bit more than I did.
So Jimmy's really good at it. It's good to, and this is where I'm not just a yes man and say, yeah, mate, that sound, because Jimmy will probably always undershoot.
Yeah.
So he sent me his check-in and he's like, I've put a proposed like increasing food in, see what you think, and it were not enough. Like, we don't need to be lean now.
It was 300 calories, weren't it, a day?
It were barely 300
It
calories.
was 290 or something like that.
And even though that's a nice increase, he's still from where he were 400, 500 calories ago.
Yeah,
he was still dropping £2 a week. So his food needs to go back up. It needs to be back up to maintenance week next few weeks.
I was only eating like 2,600 on a rest day and just under 3,000 on a training day, which is not a lot of food for me. Like I've got to end the preps on more than that before.
Yeah.
So
I've put it up about 400, 500 calories, which is still not. It's still not loads, is it?
No, I mean, for me, it's still it's. And when I text you back, I was like, I know that's where I need to be, but I'll always overshoot, the things or undershoot just because obviously I don't want to get fat, but I'm not going to get fat on 3,500 calories a day.
What do you weigh now then?
242 this morning, and what we reckon we need. I probably need about 10 pounds more muscle. Do you think 8 to 10 or a bit more?
Yeah. Well, the more muscle you can put on, the better. It means that you can actually. This is what people don't understand. The more muscle that you can carry, the more aggressive you can potentially be.
Getting down to the weight cap, the leaner I'm going to be, the easier it's going to get there. And the fact is, this time down at this weight is the best 240 I've ever looked. Oh, right, fasted in the morning, I'm not super flat.
You're not super flat. We've just seen a little bit creeping over the last two check-ins where we're just like, just flattening off a little bit, but that's because drugs are low for you.
Yeah.
And we've been in this phase now for a while. We're just doing one spike meal a week. It's not like we've done any like high days or anything like that.
Do you think this is all relevant to how you live, though? Like, probably best position you've been in.
Mindset.
Like, we're like,
do you know what?
Like external.
I think I made so many mistakes last year and the year previous that I finally said to myself, stop being a dick. Because I train too much. And this is going to sound fucking ridiculous, but I train too hard for too long every day normally. I over diet, I overstep, I over cardio, I overeat in off season, I over drug in off season. Everything's done to the extreme, and I wasted away last time because I was doing too many steps, not under eating. So this time, I've just said to myself, I'm going to do what I would tell my clients to do. So my training from the very beginning of this diet phase, whatever my logbook said at that point. So let's say prime incline stack for 10 reps. I do that every day. Like even if I go to the gym tomorrow and I do 10 reps and I reckon I've got 2 more reps in me, I don't do it. I stick to the parameters I've set myself.
For this maintenance phase?
For this maintenance phase, because I don't need to try and build muscle, because otherwise I'd be in the gym, I'd be
smashing yourself.
I'd be killing myself, and I leave the gym, and unless I'm absolutely fucking smashed normally, I'm not happy. And now I'm leaving the gym like
still fresh.
I don't feel like I've done. I feel like I've done something, but not a lot. But what that's allowed me to do is keep muscle.
Yeah.
I just need to keep. I can get lean easy, and I can build muscle easy, but it's keeping it.
Yeah.
So everything that this time has in my mind been engineered to keep muscle. So that's me eating off plan on a weekend. Normally I'd be like, oh, I'll have 800 calories because I don't want to overdo it. If I'm going to eat somewhere, we went to Manchester on Saturday. I had a big fucking slice of cake and a big muffin with a full Sunday dinner, which was a main with a bit of main on and 2 starters, and I put £1 on.
Yeah.
But my check-in on Tuesday was the best it's been.
It's like the second day after you've washed it off. Yeah. It's normally the best.
Just been more relaxed.
And get some coaching inquiries after this one's gone out, innit? Yeah, can I have Sunday dinner and cake, pal?
Yeah, you know.
but it's all relevant to like for somebody who's overdoing it constantly. Just my mindset has changed to be like, what's going to make me be the best bodybuilder? And now going into this, I've probably got about 12 months before I start prep, I reckon, with probably a little pullback around Christmas. I'm probably not going to get £10 on if I'm being realistic in 12 months' time because of I've been training a long time. But if we can put like £6 to £7 on the physique that we saw, say, Tuesday, I think with that shredded, that's a competitive pro bodybuilder.
Yeah, it is. 100%.
And that's all I'm looking to
100%.
do. Just refining my process.
And also on that, what Jimmy said with his training, this doesn't mean...
Yes.
This is all relevant to Jimmy, who's been training fucking 10, 15 years and...
got loads of muscle.
Loads of muscle where he is. This is not saying to you new beginners or people who are just starting, I just need to do it. You need to fucking go in and train your bollocks off and come out of the gym feeling smashed.
To get to where you need to be.
Yeah. So
don't
think that because Jimmy's just doing what he knows his body and he knows what he can get away with and recover from, and it's all relative to that individual, like whether you're burying yourself or not. But if you've not got 240 pounds of muscle lean, trust me, you need to be taking it there every single session to failure and beyond.
And my circumstances are a little bit different with the
rhabdo and
I get rhabdomyolysis, which is like massive muscle breakdown. Even if I don't train for 2 weeks, it's like my CKs are like 3,000. So it's like I have to manage that. I'm managing hypomagnesia, hypokalemia, rhabdomyolysis all the time, and that means I can't go in the gym and train. So like I say all the time, like I do 3 sets of quads once a week. That's it.
And they fucking like.
And in off season, the 32 plus inch. But that's because if I could do 10, but it's not getting me anywhere. I need to do what is conducive to the goal that I have. And that's with everybody. And that's why there should be no real set coaching plans for everybody. Everyone's different. But it still does take a while to realise what that individual needs.
Yeah, what works for you.
Smash her into the ground. Right, actually, you can't recover from that. So we'll smash her a little bit less. And then you find that balance. Same with food. Food goes up, food goes down. We find that balance. And for me, training, unfortunately, but fortunately, is just going to be boring. And that's...
Yeah. It's not, but it's still enjoyable. But it's like it's not where you fucking deadlift.
It just comes to terms where I'm just not going to be able to go in and fucking buddy it, Ronnie Coleman, fucking Branch Warren, Johnny Jackson style. I've just got to be
a little bit more sensible,
and just be happy with the muscle that I can put on. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Looking forward to getting fucking massive and putting 3 grams of gear in about 2 weeks.
Well done.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, do you want to do a couple of questions and then we'll get into some, because a couple of these topics might segue off at back of a couple of questions in terms of like prep questions and stuff.
Yeah, we can. What, from the Instagram bits that we had?
Yeah, you've got loads from this morning. We've put a question box on this morning and Jimmy's had about 25 questions.
Well, there's more here now.
Which is fucking brilliant. So thank you for getting involved.
Yeah, guys and girls, everyone's been fantastic, haven't they, everyone?
Yeah.
I love the interaction we're getting. So please keep it coming because it really helps the podcast out.
I've got a couple as well.
Yeah, go on. I'm just...
So, Gary has messaged saying, what is the hardest... So, personally, either personally or with clients, we'll go with clients, each one of us, what's the hardest you've had to push a client before in terms of like cardio and low food? Is there anybody who stands out where you've like, fucking hell, I've had to push them really hard? And what were the...
I don't know if it's pushing them hard or that...
Well, I can tell you, man.
Some people aren't... They have to have longer on it because they don't do it as hard as...
People have different hearts, don't they?
Yeah. They don't do it with...
as much intensity.
Yeah.
So as you cut, that's why. Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
One person's 40 minutes of cardio is not another person's 40 minutes.
40 minutes cardio.
So on paper, it might look like it's
they're doing loads, but I'm like, no.
But I can tell you that the lady who comes to mind, Paula, she's been with me like 5 years now.
Say that.
Over
a year,
mate. She's like Superwoman, honestly. But she's a natural figure competitor. Mid to late 50s. She's won everything that you can think of in Masters natural division. She's a Masters pro in PBNA, I think it is. She's like won MPA British, UK DBFA British. She's won
everything.
European, Masters Olympia. She's won everything. But I've had to drill her before, like fucking like nobody else. I don't understand how you can still be going. Like I really don't know. She would run through a brick wall.
Just want it,
and like I feel I'm like I felt bad, like, and I'm like we can't do this for much longer. Like it's going against everything that I would if I saw a coach
with that plan
I'd be like that's fucking ridiculous, but. Like we were saying last week, sometimes you've got to do what you've got to fucking do. You've signed up for it. And she were doing, at a peak, weren't for too long, she were doing 50 minutes of cardio AM, Stairmaster. And when I say Stairmaster, she does it on about level fucking 13. She runs up it for 50 minutes. 20,000 steps a day because she walks everywhere because she ain't got transport. So she walks at gym, she walks back from gym, she walks to work, she walks everywhere. She's a posing coach as well. and she was doing 50 minutes PM incline treadmill, as well as training, and her calories were probably on rest days sub 1,000, 800, 900 calories, and probably like 1,100, 1,200 on training days. And that for me, and that's as a natural athlete with nothing. She won't even fucking drink coffee, mate. She won't have your him bean. When I say natural, I mean
proper.
Not
fucking Eddie Abu now.
She won't.
Not then.
She'd even struggle to put fucking essential aminos in her intro. Like, she's on nothing.
Yeah, that's impressive.
To hold the level of muscle that she held at her age, after she's only been competing since she was like 52 or something like that, is mental. Like, I've said this to her multiple times. If I could have got hold of you at 25,
well, but
not 50, you'd be able, like,
where would you be?
Where would you be?
Yeah.
But what I mean is, this is where like this fatigue bollocks or preserving muscle or whatever.
Oh, mate, she must have been fucked constantly.
No, but you know all these people who worry about it and they never get in shape.
Yeah.
Like I seen.
Oh, my cardio's at half an hour. Like,
it's nothing. It's no. Dude, you're
my
not
legs. My legs are heavy.
You're not lean.
It always used to be 2 lots of an hour.
Yeah.
You're not lean enough.
You're
not lean enough.
That's the thing.
You're not lean enough. What do you want?
Yeah,
I don't understand how hard it is. Like, you're not lean enough. Like, this is your food.
Do more. Calorie deficit's not big enough. Body's not responding. We've rested you. We fucking reduced your volume in training. Whatever.
Yeah.
Eat less, move more.
Yeah.
That's it.
And that's how it works. If you want to look a certain way, but some people, like I see one person like that. That's I showed you earlier. She fucking kicks fuck out at Stairmaster.
Yeah.
Do you know? Kicks fuck out at it.
Yeah, it's not holding on and just...
Yeah, and she's on it. And she's like
level 4.
Yeah, she's on it. Whereas some people, like...
That's why I do calories now. Because, like you said, you burn a calorie total. Because you can't cheat that.
Oh, no.
That's why I've got that polar heart rate monitor. And I'll start on this amount of calories. And if my calorie total needs to go up, you might burn an extra 50 calories in another 5 minutes.
One of them.
Make me good.
Yeah.
Send me.
But it depends on the machine because different. On that bike in the morning, it says I burn 400 calories. I don't burn 400 calories.
Yeah, but on the bike, but not on your heart rate monitor.
No, that's what I mean. So you have to have a heart rate.
Yeah.
You can't do it per machine.
You can't do it per machine
or watch.
It's got to be specifically based on your heart rate.
Or you've got to go on the same machine.
Or you've got to go on the same machine every single fucking day.
I do 400 calories on bike every morning. It takes me 30 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yeah. So you got to do the same because you see some people.
Because like I say, you wake up one morning, you're feeling a little bit fragile. You think, fucking hell, you might not pedal as hard. So your 20 minutes one day might be 200 calories. Your 20 minutes another day, if you're feeling good and you've had a fucking...
Well, that's where stairs and treadmill incline comes in because you set it at that and you can't cheat it. That's because some mornings you get on it and you're like, fucking hell, am I running? I feel like you're running, don't you?
Yeah.
Like, you have a spike meal like day after, you're like, this is fucking slow as fuck.
It's some days like where you do legs and you get on it day after, like. Fuck.
But again, this is where the individual's got to be switched on because I didn't do this last prep, but on my spin bike at home, it's got like a dial where
revolutions per minute,
where it tells you how many your RPM and your distance. So regardless of the time, I used to say right until me like so Cal would say cardio's at half an hour or whatever it is, and when I'd do a day like an odd day and I'd be like fucking kick fuck out of cardio today, I'd have a look how much distance I'd done and what my RPM were. Like when I first started prep, and I'm like, right, I am not dropping, but
that's your target from that
that's
point.
My target. I do not drop below that any day.
That's what I do now.
So I do not go below an average RPM of 90, and I keep going until I've done 15 kilometers. If that's 20 seconds more, or I beat it by 20 seconds, I'm doing.
So be it. Yeah.
That's it. I'm doing 15 kilometers, and then when it goes up, it's 20 kilometers or whatever it is.
Yeah, and you find that sort of set point, don't
that's
you?
Your set point, and that's what you do.
And that's a good tip for cardio because, there are different variants of people's cardio. Like cardio to some, Naz, his cardio in the morning is very slow walk. He calls that cardio, and to us that would be cardio.
Yeah.
But to somebody who's 160 £60 and he's got fucking 25% body fat. That's not cardio.
Yeah, yeah, but
there's a difference. Like cardio is cardiovascular work. It's heart rate up.
Yeah,
get it high. You're sweating. You're working.
And
don't worry about anything else at that point in time.
They don't. You just see people, especially when you're looking around, Jim. You can't help but look, can you? You know, and you just think, what are you doing?
What's the point in that?
You're wasting your time. You're sort of just walking on your phone.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. And again, like just walking on a pad and walking outside, there's difference in calories there. Did you speak about this last time? I can't remember.
But it is.
I mentioned to a client, I think, where you're just lifting your feet up on a pad.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're walking outside, you're navigating terrain, you're up and down, you're walking, and also you get some good sunlight exposure. Like walking on a pad for all your steps is not a good thing.
No, I think pad's good for
winter,
or if you've not, like at end of the day, you're in hours and you've done 9,000, you've got 3,000 left. It's a great little tool to go. Or you've got no excuse now.
If you're like us, I mean, I just get up and take dogs around blocks.
But 10 minute in, 10 minute, 10 minute when you're going off the
walking
meals.
sometimes,
yeah, that's good.
To get up and get outside.
What's the hardest you've have to push anyone?
There's a few that come to mind. Like back in the day, I was fucking brutal. I still am when I need to be. In fact, I said to Danny, I was checking yesterday, one of my clients, he's brought his show forward, and we were going to be tight anyway. I was like, it's old school prep, this, mate. I was like, he's doing a NABA show as well, so it's old school anyway. But I was like, this is going to be hard, and let me know if you want to do it.
Yeah,
it's not like, oh, we're going to do this. Like, food's going to be low, cardio's going to be high. We're going to be fatigued. It's fucking. If that's what you want to do, that's what we need to do. But I remember Mike, who's still with me now, about 4 years. 4 years, yeah, general. Like I remember when he first started with me, his food was so fucking low and his cardio was so high.
You don't eat loads now,
Not now, no. I think I've got his calories up to like 3,500 after 4 years.
Yeah.
It is off season. But I just kept thinking, this guy's going to check in and be like, mate, I'm stopping coaching, I can't do it. And every week he just kept coming back, but he weren't changing. And I'm like, send me a picture of your send me your training. Send me your cardio. What are you doing for your cardio? What are you adding? Are you adding any sauces? Are you eating anything extra? He's like, no. Like, he's a robot. And I'm thinking, fucking hell. But that's what shows just persistence of work.
Yeah.
Because consistency over time, like from the start to like 6 months in, there weren't a massive amount of change. But now he looks fucking phenomenal. He's winning. He looks phenomenal.
Yeah,
absolutely phenomenal.
That old hard greeny.
Yeah, and this year I think he'll do even better. So he was a standout to me where I just expected every time I got a text from him, it was going to be, hey mate, just can't afford coaching anymore, or I'm just going to have a break, because I was expecting him to break, and he just didn't.
Mine's not hard, but it's a big person for a long period of time. And people say, well, 137 is 100 kilo now.
So 37 kilos.
Yeah, and we've got another 3 weeks.
About £80.
We've got another 3 weeks.
A diet in before you freshen him up a bit.
Another 3 weeks have been with me a year.
Fucking hell.
I want to try and get him to 40 kilo. I want to try and get another kilo off every week. So I've been saying to him, he's had a off plan every week. I've never took that off him. But he's on Stairmaster 50 minutes a day. Not when he were up there, from being like...
As it's coming down,
115, 118. He's been on 50-minute steps and about 2,000 calories. But he's never complained. He's never even...
Batted an eyelid?
Yeah, he's never complained.
Just
once.
fucking done it?
Yeah, every check-in.
Well, I'm not being funny, but if he's dropped 37 kilos, it's fucking working, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's for a long period of time, he's had like... Because it's like nearly 20 weeks of low food.
Yeah.
Which it gets you off a bit,
and do you know what? Like, there's a point what I wanted to make on that, actually. What you said there about fucking sauces and condiments and stuff. We'll come into that.
But let's go in on that, because I've had this conversation twice this week.
Have you?
And it's prep. And you all know what you're doing. The people who aren't losing weight, and you're putting a little bit of this in there, and you're drinking your fucking Volvic Twister fruit water that's got 60 calories a bottle, and you're drinking 4 a day.
Eddie Chip, if you're watching this.
You're having 240 calories a day times 7, and you're like, oh, I don't know why I'm not in a calorie deficit, because you're fucking drinking them. The only thing that's not got calories in is this water.
Hydrate and dominate.
If it's, not this particular brand, it could be any, but if it's sugar-free, if it's fucking sweetener, no matter what it is, if you put it in your mouth, there is calories in it.
Yeah.
So please be mindful of that. Over to you, Nath.
Over to me.
Yeah.
So Josh, one of my new clients, shout out Josh if he's watching, because I don't think he's watched it yet, but he might watch this. With your fucking butter on your eggs, you fucker. So I had a question off a client yesterday. Answer is clearly, without me, if it's not on your fucking plan, it don't go in your mouth.
Yeah.
Only thing that I don't say on there is condiments, but I expect people to be fucking pretty sensible. Like you're not blathering 50 grams of fucking full fat mayo or barbecue sauce on each meal.
And you mention it in your.
I always mention it in the
especially
loo.
when they start prep. It's like, right, let's.
But because he's a lifestyle client, and sometimes I probably expect people to know that they shouldn't be cooking the fucking eggs in the morning in butter, 15, 20 grams of butter, and they shouldn't be frying the potatoes in fucking vegetable oil or whatever it is. If you're, and I broke it down to him simply because he messaged me saying, on your last message, you spoke a lot about like fat content, and you also mentioned an air fryer for cooking potatoes and things like that. I just wanted to let you know that I cook my eggs in butter in the morning, and I cook my potatoes in oil.
Fucking bro's been having Dauphine white potatoes every day.
And I'm like, oh, shall I stop doing that? And I'm like, yes, please, mate. So like, just an example, I said like, if you're having 15 grams of butter a day and 15 grams of oil a day extra that's not on your plan and doesn't say cook with 5 grams of coconut oil or whatever it is, then that is 30 grams of fat a day. That's 280 calories a day. Let's say, round it up, 300 calories a day. That's 2,100 calories a week.
Yeah, that's your deficit if you just start.
It's fucking your surplus.
You know what I mean?
And I break it down like this. That's 2,100 calories a week. One, that's more than probably your cheat meal each week or your free meal.
Well, it should be.
It takes about an hour, 60 minutes on Stairmaster to burn about 500 calories.
Yeah.
So unless you want to do fucking 2 hours on Stairmaster so you can have your eggs in butter and your potatoes in oil, don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Unless it says on your plan, use coconut oil to cook with, or it's consistent every single day that you might be using 5 or 10 grams of oil.
No, just none.
And you're still dropping.
See,
only thing like I'm talking about for me, I cook my eggs in 5 grams of coconut oil every morning. But that's consistent for me every single day, off season
for the last 2 years.
For the last 3-4 years.
Your calorie deficit when your food gets reduced is still by that amount.
Still by that amount.
Like, if you're talking to people...
This talking to people who are Gen Pop or lifestyle.
Yeah.
Hidden calories are the things that are fucking killing you.
Yeah, you get all these... I've seen it over the last few weeks, like these coaches going, bulk your food up with greens when you start getting hungry. And I'm like, unless you've started with... Unless
you've started with 200
grams of greens,
yeah.
If you're start adding 200 grams of greens when you're getting hungry, well, it's calories.
Yeah, and the different greens have different calories. So you put your sugar snap peas in there, I'll have 200 grams of sugar snap peas, thank you very much.
It's calories. I've seen
rather than fucking 200 grams of spinach.
I've seen somebody put something the other day about mixing a little bit of whey pasting or something like that. If a coach, like a lifestyle coach, make a little whey paste up, put it in microwave or something like that to curb hunger as a little treat, but
it's still fucking calories. There's 4 calories per gram of protein, 4 calories per gram of carbohydrate,
and
9 calories
fat.
per fat.
If you're other, it's calories.
Yeah.
Whether that's a fucking vegetable, I'm so fucking glad you said this about veggies, because Sunday on way back from Manchester, bearing in mind, you don't need to be sending me meals, but when you put your food on Instagram, I can fucking see what you're eating.
Wankers.
So people in prep or whatever it is, and I see what vegetables they're having, because I generally put in spinach, 50 grams, or courgette, or green beans, or I might put veggies, 75 grams, because people might bulk cook it and then just portion it out. But you still need to be weighing it. This message I put in group, I put, guys, please can we make sure we're being mindful and consistent with the types of veggies we're using, not only from a digestion standpoint, but from a calorie intake standpoint. Not all veggies are equal in terms of carbohydrate content. For example, peas, carrots, sweet corn, significantly more carbohydrates than your fibrous
Fuck all of
veggies
them.
like spinach, courgette, green beans. That difference alone, if you're having 100 grams of fucking sweet corn, peas and carrots compared to spinach and courgette and green beans, is going to fucking add up over week.
Per meal, yeah. And
per meal.
Plus the other things you're doing. And again, another thing, I added this into my group actually. While we're on, let's fucking keep going.
Accuracy. When you wanting to get fucking peeled out your brain on stage, people think, oh, it don't matter. It fucking does matter.
We said this, didn't we? We can remember when we were talking about, well, we all say it, but we were talking about it in last prep. Like, if it's 19 gram, leave it. If you're having 20 gram of peanut butter, like I would say 19, I just go 8.
Yeah, that's that.
I'm not going to risk putting fucking 21 in.
Putting it all.
Or if you got 70 grams of rice, 68 there.
Yeah.
I always used to do that.
It's just stay under. Like, don't go,
never go over. Yeah,
never go over, because if you put, let's say, peanut butter and you put 22.
You do that 2 meals.
That's 10% on peanut butter.
10% on peanut butter, yeah.
Well, if you did that over everything,
yeah,
it's 10% of your calories.
Well, it's the same with.
And if you're on 2,000 calories, it's fucking
200 calories a day.
It's a lot, isn't it? And the thing is, flavors of things. So somebody was like, "Oh, any recommendations on flavors of protein or cream of rice?" Now, what you need to realize is, if you got a plain vanilla cream of rice, and then you have peanut butter cup cream of rice, there's different calories in that. So if you're having cream of rice 3 times a day and one's got 20 more calories than the other, that's 60 calories. It's 420 calories with the same volume of food, just a different fucking flavour. And people don't understand, so they've done that, and then they've changed the way to perform where that's got more, and then they've added fucking sugar snap peas in and a little bit of something in. Your calorie fucking deficit is now at fucking surplus at 200-300 calories.
Yeah.
And then no one knows what's going on. And he's like, oh, well, I'm still sticking to my plan. Nothing's changed. Well, it has changed. It's like them small variables that people don't realise make a huge difference.
Yeah,
and that amount of calories on a Stairmaster or something like that, when you break it down like that, is a lot of different expenditure.
And over your prep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because body fat it's not a 7-day period.
No.
It might be a 10-day period, a 12-day period. So
over your prep, it's a lot.
Yeah, you just need to lock in and just make sure all your variables are the same. And if you are going to change something, make sure it's like for like.
And this might sound like we're being a bit fucking picky and a bit finicky. People are like, oh, you don't have to fucking worry about that. You can get people who are genetically gifted probably don't have to worry about that, because they fucking either get peeled very easily, or their genetics allow them to have this little bit of fucking flexibility here and there. But people who aren't, and they've got to fucking work hard, these little things do matter.
Yeah, they do, because as well, you can only diet. Let's say we're talking about lifestyle people, and they're doing this and going off here and having this and doing. You can only diet for so long.
Yeah, and you can only take the food so low.
Do you know?
And you're looking at the plan, you're thinking, I can't really take the food any lower. But realistically, it's not, because they're having all these other little fucking bits here, there, and then everywhere.
Send me your meals. What are you putting on? You know, and
whole milk fucking 4 times a day with the cups of tea and stuff like that.
If it's not on your plan, just don't have it, or ask. Say, oh, I'm gonna start putting milk in. I'm having milk in my coffee. Like, no, let's take it out. Drink black coffee for 3 days. It starts to taste all right. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right. That was a bit of a gripe and all, wasn't it?
That were a bit of a gripe. That were off the back of a question. Another question you go for a question. I've got another good one off of Felly actually, who sent one in this morning. But you go with one off it.
Well, someone's just put, which is, something that got me a few weeks ago. But like, kids on the phones, when you ask how many sets they've got left, and then they're like, "Oh, I've got 3 sets, mate." You're like, "All right, bud, take your time. I'll just jump in after you." And then, all right. And then I'm like, right, okay, that's like 2 minutes. And then sometimes they'll be like, "Are you going to do it, or shall I jump in because you take it piss, mate?"
Yeah.
And that's the only time I'll ever say anything. Whereas, like, I just think our generation, if someone asked, I'd be like, Jump in if you want, mate. Or I'd be like,
I've got 2 sets, but...
Or you don't rush, but you're like, I'll have this amount of time between. You just let somebody know. You don't just sit there looking at Instagram or YouTube laughing at her like this.
You put your phone down, don't you?
Yeah, I just think that's a gripe of someone, and that's a little bit of a gripe of man, and it's happened to me a few times, and on prep I've snapped a couple of times at the people.
Well, I think it's I think it's right, and
it's a courtesy thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone's put here as well, actually, and I'll think about it most days. I ain't gonna lie. Somebody's put, can we put a little bit of spotlight on Neil Curry and his style of training? But we've got a topic that'll probably tie into Neil. And
yeah, we have, yeah.
That we'll touch on, but yeah, that's coincidences. What you got?
I got one off a fella this morning, which was, which I thought were quite good. And what do you do, Jimmy? How important are orals on show day morning or throughout the day for the final look? And do you balance this from client to client? Question for Nathan, Jimmy.
I think keeping things as consistent as possible, like we speak about all the time, is incredibly important, and that means orals as well. So again, you've had a couple of runs, you've had a couple of practice show days. You get up in the morning, you take the same orals. You take Clen out, don't you? I know you take Clen out. If for me the look is great, and we've had post workout like a little bit of a pump session, we've had say maybe some Winstrol and Anavar pre workout 40 minutes before the workout, 30 minutes before the workout, and the look is great there. I won't change anything. We will literally just run that mock day. You get up, you still take your lipos, you still take your Clen, you still take everything. So it doesn't make sense to change anything to me on that day. Clen will deplete, electrolytes slightly, which again can obviously, if you're pulling somebody's water, that's where I'd be a bit mindful about. Right, we won't put Clen in today. That's the only time. But apart from that, everything for me stays consistent.
Yeah.
The only time sometimes it will change is if we're putting some like Superdrol in something like that.
I mean, if it's Halo,
don't matter.
I'll just keep it consistent as it has been through
3 weeks.
I mean, just for example, obviously everybody's slightly different. Everybody might be using slightly different orals. I'm just going to give Blade as an example today because I've got his fucking thing up here. But he'll keep his soaps with meal 1 as they are on any normal day, and then he'll keep his second lot of orals, because I'll split them, will be 2 hours. 90 minutes to 2 hours pre-stage.
Pre-stage, yeah.
So just for instance, soaps with meal 1, 25 milligrams of Anavar, 25 milligrams of Winstrol, 50 milligrams of Proviron, 20 mg of tamoxifen, 10 mg of Cialis. Meal 1. Pre-stage, which will be meal 3, 25 mg of Anavar, 25 mg of Winstrol, 50 mg of Proviron, 10 mg of Cialis. And that's as simple as it is. He's not using Halo, he's not using Superdrol. There's certain clients who will be using Halo and Superdrol, and I will just split it the same. They might have, if they're using 20 mg Halo or 30 mg Halo, they might do 10 mg meal 1 and 20 mg
meal 2.
Yeah, pre-stage. Yeah, and I'll just split it like that, and I'll just keep it as predictable and as consistent as possible.
And again, it just comes back to predictability. And there's these Hail Mary shows every now and then. You might be on show 4 of the season.
We've had
a great season. Let's get fucking
Anadrol in there.
Let's bring some Anadrol and some insulin. We'll have some fucking Haribo backstage, 5 IU of insulin, fucking some Anadrol, and you go on stage full as fuck.
Yeah.
Done that many times and it works great. But that's not like when we're trying to... That's just like if like there's a show... Like sometimes Mike, for example, the guy who I mentioned, he'll be like, there's a show this weekend and he's ready. I'm like, yeah, all right, let's fucking do it instead then. Let's do that. And let's try this. Because he can compete like 5 or 6 times a year.
Yeah.
And like his main shows, we bring the look we want.
In fact, I can remember last year when we were together, you did that. You did that with him.
Yeah, what did I give him? Anavar.
I think it was last show. You gave him some Nova Rapid, did you?
Yeah, some Nova Rapid backstage, just with some glucose tablets. We've done it a couple of times. But I can do that with him because he's old, grainy, dry.
You can't do that with.
I couldn't do that with anybody else because they'd just be. But again,
and you've been with him a long time, haven't you?
Yeah, so there are situations where you can try a few things, or sometimes you can play like if the look's not gone right and the physique's coming to the end of the season.
So I didn't like Superdrol. It fucked my stomach up.
Do you know what? I've used it with a couple of clients. I've used it twice this year. And I used it a little bit differently because I always think with the experiences that I've had it in the past, because I've used it myself as well, with Cal a couple of times, I think. Yeah. We've used Anadrol, we've used Superdrol, and we've used Halo, and I preferred Halo.
Oh, it looked better.
Anadrol did bring me some really nice fullness, but I weren't as dry and as sharp.
Yeah, I think Anadrol can bring that more watery, full look, can't it?
Depends whether you're using any diuretics and things like that to
offset that.
Yeah, to offset that.
Halo's good. I just don't feel. People. Do you feel aggressive off it? I feel nothing when I take it.
I don't really feel aggressive of anything really.
I prefer to look at Halo though. When we did that,
you have to be lean though to be able to get anything from that.
Halo and Arimidex, and I was started dry.
You're fucking dry as fuck.
I got like striations across fucking side of my triceps and that.
It's good though, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you like that. Like the looks maybe not always the best because you might be getting a bit too pulled down, but it's when you're looking at yourself like fucking I'm shredded. I look terrible, but I'm fucking shredded.
Superdrol I found when I've used it like in 10 milligram doses with clients, it's upset the digestion. So I did use it with Tom this year for the FitX show on the load. I just did it in 5 milligrams and spread it across the day with his food. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we did 5 milligrams, meal 1, meal 3, meal 6.
And did that sit a bit better?
His digestion were fine.
Might be worth
but I still preferred the look
without
with the Halo in than the Superdrol, and he did as well. He was a little bit fuller, but I think he was potentially a touch sharper on the Halo. So
right, shall we get into some topics?
Yeah, let's get into some topics.
What we got? What do we have?
So post-show blues is one.
Yeah.
Post-show blues, which is not just show, can be
diet, photo shoot,
holiday. Whatever. Yeah,
holiday, very prevalent as well.
So, like the crash after you've finished, you've achieved your goal, and that sort of that crash what you hit after, which I say this to a lot of clients, especially when they've got multiple shows and they might have got weeks between shows. The euphoria that you feel, especially if they've had a good result, you get that fucking euphoric feeling and all these emotions, and your endorphins relief. You're on a high, and then that might run through for a couple of days. You're on a high for a couple of days. You get to midweek, and then bang, you're like, what? And you feel fucking worse than what you did before leading into the show.
That for me, that's the hardest part of competing is doing your first show or having a good result in a show. It's Monday morning and you're back on fucking cardio.
Yeah.
And you're starving again. And you've got 3 weeks to your next show. Like 2 or 3 weeks to people might not see them a long time. But when you're dieting, a day is a week. A week is a fucking month. And it's a long, long time. So, but obviously like post show when you've got the goal that you've been driving towards for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever it is, and you're finally there, you finally do it. You have the day after the show where you enjoy some food or whatever, family, everything's this big day, almost like a wedding, innit, where you're working towards getting married, and all of a sudden you're back to where you were before you were getting married. You've not got that occasion anymore. You get divorced and all that sort of stuff. But it's that then you're lost. You've not got a goal, but you're reversing out into off-season, but you've got this negative mental side effect where you don't want to get fat. Or I don't want to eat anything because I'm going to get fat. Or you eat something and you're soft, but you're not soft, but you're softer than you were, so then you think you're soft. And I really struggle with this phase because...
I struggle with this phase as well.
Because...
I have done in the past.
We're goal-driven people. I need a goal consistently. And when I've reached that goal, the other goal so far away... And I start losing condition, especially when, again, we're driving for condition constantly. The narrative has to change so fast to the scale weight going down and you're getting leaner to now the scale weight steady and then you're getting fuller. But obviously you're going to put body fat on. I really, really struggle with that. And hence the reason why I'm sending you, let's go up 300 calories. You're like, let's go up 400 calories. And I'm like, fucking hell. I'm walking around like a beach whale next week.
Yeah. Well, you won't, will you? You know what I mean?
It's only going to look better. And it's like... What would your advice be to somebody who's post-show or post-photo shoot or post-holiday, you've had a period of time that you've been working towards something and all of a sudden it's gone and now you've got nothing in front of you and you're scared to eat, for example. Yeah. What's your advice for that?
It's definitely about adopting. You've got to switch your mindset because your mindset has then changed from getting fucking peeled to now I've got to put myself in the best position to build muscle efficiently, smartly, over a very, very long period of time, a progressive phase.
Don't rush it.
Don't rush it.
Patience,
but also
is everything.
You've got to detach yourself from the scale.
From it's like you've been weighing this and like every day.
You've seen that go down,
and now it's changing, and you're going to change visibly.
So something that you could potentially do is don't weigh yourself. I don't want to see any scales. And I know obviously you'll be thinking, if your weight's going up too fast, it's too individual. That conversation I've had again, and so I even got sent a message on the way here about scale weight. Stop fucking obsessing over scale weight. Just stop it, everyone.
That's a tool. It's a tool for
me.
Just coaches.
If it was just about scale weight, you wouldn't need to send fucking pictures. What's your weight? All right, sound. It's like your body weight is not going to continuously trend down. You're going to have days where it goes up or weeks where it goes up. It might go up a little bit more. In off season, you might be. I've got people finishing off season this week. 2 people finishing their full off season the same way that when they started. Like they're not changed. But if you look at their pictures from 100 kilo beginning of off season to 100 kilo end of off season, they're not only fucking twice as big, they're twice as lean.
Yeah, the body composition.
All right, let's get you up to 110 kilo, mate. Sound, but you look fat as fucking shit. It's not about that, is it? It's about what you're looking. Females are bad for this, where they'll be like, "Morning, I'm the best I've ever looked." People coming up to me in the gym saying, "Are you competing or whatever?" None of my clothes are fitting me, and then the next day, I've put a pound on. Well, fucking, my week's ruined. Like, no. Like, stop fucking putting too much emphasis on that.
Yeah.
You might be coming on your cycle, or you maybe post legs. It might have been hot. You may be slightly dehydrated. Something like that.
There's loads of variables for females, especially with monthly cycles and stuff like that. So
you need to have a great coach. Because a lot of people
leave the coach post show. Worst thing you can do.
Do not fucking stop working with your coach post
or
show.
go to another coach, because they'll rebound you out. They'll be like, right, I'll give this some food.
You won't,
look how good he looked here. But
but you won't reverse that correctly.
Yeah.
And I know there's all this thing about, you don't have to reverse that and all this, but you do. If you wanna
unless you're genetically gifted with a lot of muscle and you can stay lean, you can't be rebounded.
I am doing a rebound with one client.
Yeah, but I bet he's got a lot of muscle and he's lean.
He's very lean and he's not been on
no diuretics.
He's not been on any diuretics, and his length of exposure to drugs has not been.
Yeah, perfect.
He's still got another 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And when I say rebound, I'm not slamming him full of insulin, putting his calories up to fucking 5,000 from 2,500, and fucking like aggressively rebounding. All I'm doing is I'm bumping his calories back up to probably around maintenance, and he's going to stay on cycle a little bit longer because he's and I'm reducing his exposure has been less, and I'm bringing his output down, so I'm getting him fresh and
so output down. For me, I would increase his exposure to drugs at that point. I'd do a slightly more aggressive cycle. I don't know if you do, but that's what I would do.
But I've taken out any so obviously he's been running up. Yeah, so I've taken out all
toxic stuff, but
so I've increased his testosterone. And I've taken out trenbolone. I've just kept
gram of test, gram of primo, gram of NPP, 200 milligram of anadrol.
I've just kept to testing a DHT in, but I've just bumped it up a little bit more than what it were. Very similar sort of total milligram per week.
20 Nova Rapid pre-workout.
Well, it's good what you said before, that he's got a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of divs out there who think that they've got a lot of muscle when they haven't. So they don't have to put the food up higher. They have to come out of rebound. So do it slowly.
Yeah.
Do it slowly, because you keep seeing these people, and then in about 15 weeks they come up with like, we've decided to go into a tidy up phase and then push up again. No.
Wasting your time.
It's not a tidy up phase. You're fucking fat.
So you've got 12 weeks to get
fucking dieted again.
Yeah.
It's not like, what Jimmy's been pushing for 30 weeks or 24 weeks or whatever, and now he's accumulated 30 pounds and you're still lean, and then you're bringing it down. This is some whopper who's done it in fucking 12, 15 weeks. They're fucking like a melted candle, and they've got to come all the way back again. There's no progress in that.
Yeah, because you've maybe had 2 weeks or like 5 weeks of potentially decent muscle growth in that period of time.
And then you've got
and then you got to diet off again. That muscle that you've built is not cemented. It's not established. You just take it straight off.
This is why fucking controlling your post-show is...
It's everything.
Fucking everything. And I've said this multiple times to multiple people over this last couple of weeks, because we had a lot of people competing, you're not just very sensitive to building muscle. In fact, you're not fucking that sensitive to building muscle. You potentially are. You're sensitive to putting fat on, because, as Jimmy said last week, your body's been in a famine. It wants to get back to homeostasis as fucking quickly as possible, and it wants to put body fat back on. So you are just as sensitive to fat gain as what you are to fucking muscle gain in that post-show phase. So if you act like a twat, you're going to get fat. That needs to go on a fucking...
There we go. You act like a twat, you're going to get fat.
You have a fucking pizza every single night and a fucking cookie box, shout out Cookie Dealer or Cookie Box, whoever wants to send some in. But,
someone wants to send them in, don't they?
Yeah,
Is it your client? Is it your client?
No, it's not my client, Josh.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, Ultimate Treats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Anyway, let's get off cookies. But if you have if post-show, you fucking hit the fuck it button and you have something every single day for a week, you're going to be fucking 5-6 kilos up. Your head's going to look like a fucking cow head. You're going to be inflamed to fuck. You're going to be holding water. And you fucked it.
And you feel shit as well.
You're going to feel like, and I don't care what you say, you've got to fucking you've got to get that back off before you go again.
I call it washing the shit off.
You've got to wash that shit. You've got to wash that shit off. And if you don't wash it off, you fucking...
It's game over.
You fucked your off-season. And... to be fair, Dan Welburn did a reel on this. I think it might have been a year, 18 months ago. And it's so true. Each phase rolls into another one. You fuck either one of them phases, it's going to make the next one extremely difficult.
Yeah.
So your post-show phase, if you fuck that in the first 2 weeks, your off-season's fucked. It's an uphill battle.
Yeah.
You don't take your off-season seriously and you get too fat, you're going to make your fucking prep harder. If you have to fucking diet like fuck in prep to get lean, and it's a fucking hard prep, it's an horrible prep because you've been doing 2 hours cardio a day and you've been eating fucking white fish and fucking green beans.
You're never going to look as good, are you?
Trust me, your next reverse out is going to be even harder because you've got to stay leaner for longer on lower food.
Yeah, it's hard work, isn't it?
It's just a fucking vicious cycle. So do it how you want to do it, but trust me, we've probably done it enough between us over years to know that each phase in bodybuilding is just as important as the next for fucking progress. So you fuck one on them, you fuck your year up.
Yeah.
And because there'll be people at home going, nah, check it going, well, I'm not a bodybuilder. But if you might not call yourself a bodybuilder, but if you're eating 4 and 5 times a day, keeping your protein,
the same principles still apply.
It's the same. You're building a physique, or you're trying to build a physique. So it still happens when you've been dieting.
Yeah,
it's still the same.
The only difference there is more calorie control rather than food choice. So
of course it is.
You want a tub of ale or top ice cream on a night? That's fine. That's 350 calories. We lose 350 calories in the day. If that's going to stop you from eating fucking a packet of Hobnobs, oats with fucking chocolate in it, and ordering a pizza after that, that's fine. If you need a Snickers bar a day, I've got client Connor. He eats 2 Snickers a day and some ice cream on a night. He's fucking peeled. Don't matter. He's not. Whereas if he didn't have that, would he have pressed the fucking button many times? Potentially. It's like there's a difference in managing a bodybuilder and a person. A person needs life and a bodybuilder with a certain goal.
A bodybuilder needs a life.
Depending on what your level is outside of that.
Depending on what your level is and what your goals are. So this is what fucks me off as well. When people say,
go on, Nev, get him.
Yeah, this is a gripe. So people...
I want this, I want that, I want it.
I want this. Yeah, but your actions don't reflect what you're telling me. I want to be a pro.
I'll do all for it.
I want to get to Olympia.
I'll do all for it. Yeah, but I've got to have a life. Hold up, what do you mean?
So
that is your life.
What do you want? Because what you're doing now isn't showing me what you're fucking telling me.
As Big George says, your actions need to reflect your wants.
Yeah, your actions need to reflect.
And that's in anything in life.
You need balance, but balance isn't just fucking food. Balance is time, energy, and spending quality fucking time with loved ones and people who
you still eat chicken and rice.
You can still eat chicken and rice doing that. It's giving back to those people who you haven't given back for fucking 20 weeks when you're in a prep.
And the thing is, balance is different to everybody.
Balance is different to everyone.
Balance to you right now is spending time with Phoebe or just making sure that you have a life outside the laptop because you're so busy. Balance to me right now is enjoying a Pepsi Max on a rest day.
Yeah,
but there's to anybody else, they have 2 or 3 of them a day.
Yeah,
but that's I like that.
Yeah,
you know?
What is your balance?
Yeah, it's a balance. Some people might be a meal off plan a week, a pizza a week, or something like that. It doesn't matter. Just you need to find your balance
for you
within your goal or substrate of what you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, that fucks me off.
But that's really covered post-show blues really well.
Yeah. So you've just got to. It's going to be post-show is going to be the hardest, and we know this. It's going to be it's going to be harder than prep.
The real battle starts when you walk off stage.
Yeah, it does. It does, and it says a lot about a character if you can manage it. It really does. On that front, I just want to give a shout out to my client Tom, who has competed twice already this year. And the day before, 2 days before he went on holiday, after this last show that he did, he was going on holiday the day after, 2-week all-inclusive to Turkey. And we'd not decided that we were going to do Universe next show because I'm like, you're going on holiday for 2 weeks. Like,
let's see what.
Well, you're 2-week all-inclusive in Turkey. I know what fucking generally will happen to most people. They're going to come back like a fucking...
Oh, yeah.
On a hot air balloon, aren't they? Like,
that's flight though. Water retention from flight.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not going to come back within 5 days and be able to get on stage. So he messaged me saying, "I've booked Universe," and I'm like, "Oh my god! Like, what do you want me to do in 5 days? Fucking take aldactone with you." He has managed it like a fucking. I like so fucking proud because. How he's managed it. He's actually gone on a 2-week all-inclusive to Turkey and come back £7 lighter than what he went. And he's straight into peak week. He's not missed a beat. He's not missed a step. He's not missed a training session.
No, but
he's took his scales with him and he's gone to buffet every day and he's sent me pictures. He sent me pictures. This is what protein source I can get. This is my rice. This is what fruit they've got. This is what salad and veg they've got. And I've built his meal plan around that. I'm like, right, we need to have 3 boiled eggs. You're going to have 100 grams of cooked fucking that turkey breast, what's there. He's took his cream of rice in his whey with him. He's took his dark chocolate with him.
What cream of rice for it?
Trained by JP in 8-10. And he's took his weighing scales and he's gone to the fucking buffet every day and he's weighed his cooked rice out. We've had to switch to cook weights. Mate, he's fucking nailed it, but not everybody can do that. That's people's actions who are reflecting the goals that they want. He's telling me
that's your standards, isn't it?
He wants to be a PCA pro. Nobody else, and then he wants to progress again, and then he wants to go as far as he can.
Yeah.
But that's somebody who's fucking dedicated, locked in, and their actions are reflecting what they're telling me that they want to do. Because most people would be going away on a 2-week all-inclusive holiday, and they'd be like,
"Oh, well, they do. They just don't want what they say."
It's like what he's just said, doesn't it? His balance, or having that Pepsi Max on his rest day.
Yeah.
That kid's balance, Tom. His balance were being present with our last on holiday, weren't it?
Yeah, and ladies.
It is like when people go, "Oh, you need a life." He's had a life. He's been on holiday.
Just because he's in a fucking class on with his breakfast in the morning, don't mean he's not having a life.
Yeah.
So
people use food as an excuse, don't they?
Yeah, of course they do.
Well, food is life for us all. If we admit it or not, food is everything. Not necessarily just to keep us alive, obviously, but like everything is based around food. Every time you go somewhere, every time you're with someone, there's always food involved, especially if you're like a food orientated person. So it is difficult for people because
it is. But definitely,
but people don't understand it.
Yeah, but you also have to try and just make it like when I go on holiday, I think it's easiest to stick to plan because I'm in a fucking beautiful environment.
Easy to do your step,
it's weather, it's nice. It's like this isn't my daily mundane fucking grind every day. It's different.
Yeah.
Whereas people, this is a break for me, and this is where that break. It's downtime. Downtime includes food for a lot of people, so it's difficult.
Like, I look at it other way as well. Like if we wanted to, we could go on as we're all right financially, aren't we? So
I'm not after fucking
like,
tax about.
You want to go on holiday like 4 or 5. Some people, that's only one holiday they've got in it, so they don't want to be.
Do you know what I mean?
I do tell
my clients to enjoy it.
Because they might have only got that one holiday. You think, well,
go and enjoy it.
Yeah.
Go and enjoy it.
It depends on where you are and what you want in.
Yeah.
If you're not competing till next year and you've got 12, 15 months to get back on stage and you're in a decent position, go and go and enjoy yourself. Don't be a twat, but go and enjoy yourself.
Luke checked in yesterday. He started prep last week. He's like, my fucking lass has booked an holiday next week for 2 weeks. Mate, she's a dick. And I was like, he's like, I'll take everything with me. I won't miss a beat. I was like, she's not a dick. Just you're still gonna be on prep. Like, he won't miss a beat. He's robot. He's sound. So I was like, I'm glad. Go away. Do your fucking cardio in the sun. Sit on a beach. Fucking still do your steps. Still do your cardio. You've got your meal plan. You can get everything there. It's fucking chicken and whatever.
Yeah, you don't.
We'll make sure like Nath says, we'll sub some bits out. Send me what there is there. Fucking enjoy it. Like, some people can do that, and he will, and he'll come back and he'll be.
Maybe should be.
Yeah, he's got like 14, 15 weeks of prep left, and he could be ready in 7.
Yeah.
So it's sound, but again, he's been like, "Oh, I'm panicking. Oh, fucking hell, this holiday." I'm like, "Good, get yourself away, mate. Fucking go and enjoy some weather.
Stress.
Yeah, just drop it."
Right, next one. Mental health in bodybuilding. Is it getting worse? What I mean by that is the pressure from social media, constantly comparing yourself to others, body dysmorphia, sort of eating disorders. Like, do you feel like that's getting worse?
No.
I do.
Do you not think it is?
I think it's.
Or do you think it's just more evident?
It's just there. It's
Because of social media?
Yeah, it's just...
Do you think everybody's always... do you not think, though... but 20 years ago, there weren't all these... There weren't all this mental health. I've got mental health. I've got
ADHD and all the rest of it.
Well, everybody's got ADHD. Everybody's got fucking...
autism.
Or bipolar. Got bipolar. No, you've been on fucking sniff all weekend in my bed.
Yeah, you've not got anxiety.
Rough.
You're worried.
You feel rough. You spent all money. You feel rough. I'm not just saying... Listen, my mum's got it, mental health right bad. Like horrendous, yeah? And she has done since we were kids.
Yeah.
Nervous breakdown, going in house. Going in house, you find your mum sat behind the door, fucking pulling her hair out, roaring, yeah? And then you got some dickhead.
But that was before it was fashionable.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Right? I can't go to shop. Sitting in the house all day for 3 days, shops at End of Road. Do you know what I mean? Ringing you up saying, can you go to the shop to fetch me some milk? Right?
Yeah, agoraphobic, everything, yeah.
Everything, through mental health. Then she'll have good days, she'll have bad days. And then you've got some little prick or idiot fucking for attention, which a lot of it is. I'm not saying it I've just said my mum's got it, yeah? And my mum's got it bad. So it's there.
Because we do have to be careful that some people may be like, people are saying I'm fucking not, but they're genuinely, that. But because there's so much fucking muddy water at the minute.
Tons of it. Tons of it. Like mental health. My mental health's kicked in. You're having a bad day.
Yeah.
Your mental health ain't kicked in. You've either got it, or
you've not got depression. You've
been diagnosed,
and you've got it. It's not. Oh, Tuesday I've got mental health, but Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday when I'm out, I'm all right. I'm all right. No, if you've got it, you've got it.
That for my mental health.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? If you've got it, you've got it. Like,
yeah.
I'm not saying people ain't got it because they fucking have. Tyson Fury, fucking prime example.
Yeah.
If you watch his documentary,
it's fucking.
It's there. It's there to be seen.
Yeah, easily. Yeah.
Right, but then there's all these others, and
I mean, the biggest killer of a man under 30 is himself. Statistically, you are more likely to die as a man under 30 from your own hands than anything else.
Yeah,
and that's not just coincidence. That's not for fucking social media.
No,
that's not for anything. But I also believe that we now see things on a daily basis that are perceived as normal, which aren't normal. Seeing a 330-pound man we walked through Manchester the other day, and I'm sorry, Nath, but there were about 1,000 people staring at him at the same time because he's not normal. Yeah, but people don't see that. But on social media now, they do every single day. If you're going to the gym and I've been working out, I'm doing all this thing, I'm absolutely killing myself for fucking hours a day in the gym and doing everything. Yet there's some cunt walking around like he's not trying and he's in better shape than you.
That can cause issues.
It's like there was times when I was growing years ago that I could have fucking cried because I put everything in, and then there'd be just some guy come to the gym, train for 3 weeks, and he'd be bigger than me. I'm like, there's no way this cunt is going out on piss. He fucking takes a bit of gear, and I used to be so frustrated with that. Yeah, but that was
what I mean is that's where everybody in it. It's like we everything. Football, you can go and play football for 3 hours. Some cunt just like put some trainers on. Oh,
yeah,
he's got it.
Yeah.
He's got it. Like in every walk of life. Like somebody will pass the test. They're unreal at driving.
Yeah, straight away.
They're unreal. It's same everything. Mental health's there, but
so you think? I mean, I think social media has a big impact on people comparing themselves.
I think it's the biggest driver by far. I think it's a blessing and a curse.
Comparisons,
but it's a fucking highlight reel.
Yeah, and people don't
and that's what people don't understand. It's an highlight reel.
They don't put the shit days on, do they?
No, and 90% of it isn't even a fucking highlight. It's a fucking lie. It's like, how many pictures? Hold on a minute. Like, you go out somewhere and you've got some fucking twat with your camera going, 1, 2, 3. What? Smile. And like, no. You got to make it look like this. Like, what? You know, you can't be enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, oh, no, that's a wrong. That
it's not. It's not natural. Yeah,
it's not natural. That in moment, is it?
No, and that's the thing.
And do you know what? Those pictures are best in moment, aren't they?
When you get caught off guard, laughing or whatever, and you can see them a million miles away. Same with pictures.
Just laugh. Just pretend you're laughing.
It's same with pictures.
Now look away.
How many pictures did it? Everybody does it.
Yeah.
You take your pictures, you think that's shit. Do another. Oh yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Do you know, like when you're posing or whatever?
Yeah. So I mean, mental health, and that's why I mentioned. That's why I mentioned Neil. Like,
there's obviously demons that he were battling.
Neil had, anybody who watched Neil or come into contact with Neil, he was fantastic. Like, regardless if you were the first day in the gym or you're Mr. Olympia, you treat everybody the same.
Oh, unbelievable.
He'd stay up there for hours just posing random guys for no reason, and they just couldn't believe it that was him. But there was always something there which was. Everything was extreme, weren't it? And we chatted about it a few times, and he was sort of like, I wouldn't say he was at peace with everything, but he understood the basis of what was going on. So he wasn't playing on like, oh, I've got mental health issues or whatever. He was just like, yeah, fucking I have some bad days and good days, you know. And I think that's important because sometimes then bad days and good days can turn into a really big run of bad days, but.
I think what to take from this is, I think it's important to talk.
Yeah,
we've said that between me, you, and Oscar this year because we've all had everybody has fucking bad days and good days, and I think especially as men, we don't talk about it enough because it's looked down, it's frowned upon. Oh, he's a bit of a fucking what's he fucking talking about that for? But whenever we've had issues or things that have bothered us this year, we've spoke about it in confidence, and it's took a weight off.
Yeah. So we've all had points in this last 18 months where we've needed each other. But I'll go a couple of days and I'll be like, I'm going to text Oscar. I ain't heard from him.
Yeah.
Our things, mate. You know, just that, or you, our things. And I had a bit of a rough year last year, and there was the same for you boys. I'll just see how Jimmy is or whatever. See everything. Yeah. And sometimes, regardless of how manly you are and how good you think you can cope with things, that little message just might be at the right time. You know, not like saying anyone's going to go do anything bad or anything like that, but you might have a really bad day. You might feel proper isolated, lonely. You might get a phone call from your mate. You might just waste 20 minutes on phone. Then you can crack on with your day. Little things like that. But
which is another good point about this podcast, which I think we are actually helping a lot of people, because I don't know if you've seen, but how many like comments we've had on YouTube and saying, Thanks, boys. This is getting me through a fucking tough time.
And just personal messages.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like the amount of
personal messages saying,
I just think it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I had somebody messaged me.
Did you get emotional?
From weed, when we were talking about weed.
Yeah.
And he messaged me and he said he says, I can't believe like what you said. Like, it's me. I've lost everything. Smoking it lost everything, everybody, and everything that meant something to me. I've lost through it, because it's only since you've mentioned it, how it is that it's not me. It's not that. It's weed.
Yeah.
And he stopped it, and he says,
really?
You know, I promise you, I'll never touch it again. And he messaged me a week after. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so it does help, but I don't, and I'm not. I'm not right honest. I never have a bad day, me. I get up and I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
I'm buzzing. I still get up and get in car.
Especially ADHD.
I still get out in car, me, and I go, fucking, I can't believe I passed my test about 20 odd years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I've got a car.
Yeah, fucking, let's go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
But that's good. That's good that you're content with where you're at.
I just
and you don't pay a lot of attention to that and what other people are doing. You couldn't give a fuck what anybody else has got.
I don't care what anybody's got. I don't care what anybody thinks of me. Like, and everybody.
But I did see him driving down the road in a fucking Rolls Royce last week.
Fucking pulled up in a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Well, that's doctor's salary, though, isn't it?
But yeah, I just there's worse people. There's
people wears off, yeah.
That's got it worse than me. And like, if I'm telling you now, if everybody stopped worrying what other people were doing, what other people were thinking, and what other people were got, your life, everybody's life would move better.
Yeah.
Just concentrate on what
on you. Just
because that's
on
something.
The daily.
That's something that you can control. You can't control other people. So why worry about it? The only thing you can control is what is you
and your immediate circle.
So concentrate on that, because you can't.
Well, you just get lost in fog otherwise every day trying to impress or do things. Like, if you look back over the last 3 years, how many days can you remember that stand out? How many days over the last 3 years stand out to you?
Fucking not
5, 10?
Yeah.
Like winning your pro card, doing your pro debut, proposing to Phoebe, fucking couple of things. So in 3 years, you remember 10 things because you're too busy fucking worried about everything else. You're so focused on this that you're not fucking lifting your head up to seeing where you are. And that quote got me. Like, my life in 10 years' time, I'd still be doing the same, and I'd be like, I've not done anything.
Yeah,
I've been so concerned in getting to a place that I've wasted my life. And it's like, you trying to impress people on social media, are you trying to portray a certain narrative, or thinking you need to be a certain way, is fucking bollocks.
Yeah.
Be unapologetically yourself.
Yeah,
and that's why people love you, because you don't give a fuck.
I'm not.
And a spade is a spade.
I'm not bothered.
It is what it is.
I don't care what anybody thinks about.
I've learned a lot from you, in terms of. No,
like growing drugs and stuff. Oh, you mean already?
Cheers for that. I don't grow drugs like that.
yeah, disclaimer.
Fuck you know. But yeah, no, I have learned a lot to just step back and be myself a lot more, and I don't give really two fucks about what people think of me. I used to care a lot more about what people think, and now I don't. But I've also recently, like at the weekend, I've learned that you've got to fill your cup up as well before you can, because people are trying to be something for other people and impress other people, and they're not actually fucking happy with themselves. And you've got to be happy with yourself. If you're not happy with yourself, and I said this this is about relationships and whatever. People get in relationships, they're not happy with themselves, and then they get in a relationship. If you're not happy with yourself, you can't be fucking happy with someone else.
No.
Like, you've got to fill your own cup up and be content and be happy with where you're at, and then you can give back to other people, and that be a positive thing.
Yeah, and it is actually very difficult to be happy. Like, there's a saying hurt people hurt people. If you're getting in a relationship and you're not quite fixed, or you're not quite
mentally there ready.
Yeah, I just take your time.
Yeah,
because it's energy.
Yeah.
What you project is what you receive.
Yeah.
And that's in everything. There's a push and a pull.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Million%, yeah.
Everything. So if you're worried or hating what somebody's like I genuinely like want everybody to do well. I want everybody to do well. You can all eat on my table. I don't want nobody eating off my plate, but can all eat on my table. And I want everybody, and I know, good on them. Like somebody said, I couldn't care how they've afforded it. As long as they're happy, and it's not, they're not
have you seen him driving around with that? Good, fucking hell.
Well
fair play to him.
Well done to him. Good on him. Do you know what I mean?
How's he got? Oh, I couldn't give a fuck how he's got it.
You know what I mean? Like somebody said,
as long as he's not hurting people, he's not hurting me. I couldn't give a fuck.
No, and that's what you want. You want your mates to do well, and I think if you want everybody else to do well, you'll do well yourself.
Yeah.
You know, when you're putting all that bad negative shit
energy out there, you get it
comes back.
Yeah, the universe will work in a certain way.
It does. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, I agree.
Positive vibes only.
Yeah.
Fucking, there we go. Have we got any more questions, Jim?
We've got loads, mate, but do you want to choose a couple?
Yeah, go on.
That's what we've got. Oh, do you know what? Another one about, I just want to touch on this, about body dysmorphia and eating disorders that have been masked as discipline. Because people are locked in. Many bodybuilders, myself included, has an eating disorder.
Yeah,
because
it's
I don't care how it's masked. I wake up every morning and eat prawns. That's and obviously that's going to get me to a goal. When I come out of a show, I'm terrified to eat anything.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get fat. When I'm dieting down, I'm terrified for a show. I'm terrified to have a meal off plan because I'm going to get fat. My eating is controlled by how I look, which is an eating disorder in a certain field. But also, like, sometimes I love the food I eat, but when you're hungry for so long, I get so frustrated with myself because I cannot bring myself to eat something that I want to eat.
That's not on your plan.
I just want to go away, and I'm doing it this weekend, and this is just through me learning. But I only eat every 2 to 3 hours. I don't eat in between. I don't eat after. That's my rule. It's always been my rule for years. 2 to 3 hours. So when we're going to go out somewhere, I have my cheat meal on a Sunday, and it's meal 5. But we went out for Sunday dinner on Saturday, which was going to be meal 3. So that was stressing me out. Which it shouldn't do, but
we still both had. Did you eat? I took my meal too, and
I still had all my meals.
I still ate my meal at car driving because that wasn't time to eat. At my cream and rice on way up.
You do though, don't you?
But my actions are dictated by food in that sense. And I'm going to go to the cinema this weekend, which means I'm going to have, when I'm in the cinema with my meal, I'm going to have some popcorn and an ice blast.
That's not on your fucking plan.
Yeah, it's my meal off plan. But then I'm going to get home and I'll have my normal meal off plan, which is just homemade burger and chips and potato, which isn't a meal off plan. But that's I'm thinking about that since Monday, and I'm going to do it on Sunday, and it's a fucking small bucket popcorn, because to me, I aren't doing everything I can do to be the best bodybuilder I can be, which is an eating disorder.
Do you think?
Yeah, it is an eating disorder, and people say it's discipline. It is discipline because you can't.
It's more heightened in a when you've been going down.
No, it's every day for me.
Like, everything's regimented for me, but when I'm dieting and he says, "Look, you need a spike meal," I swear down now I'm thinking, I don't want it.
My digestion starts to go weird. I get like
anxiety.
I get anxiety. All of a sudden, I can't digest my meals that day.
I've got a lot better at this.
Walking up and down house, going, it's fucking going cold, and I'm like thinking, fucking hell, can I get away with it? And I know I can't. Because when I was with Joris, he used to say, I want you to have a Domino's and some side and a drink pop or something, full fat Coke. He always used to have a kind of full fat Coke. And then I used to say, yeah, I've had it. And I never did.
Yeah.
And he knew.
That's an eating disorder, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Lying about the food that you're eating.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I'm better now, but at that time, he would say, I've had it. And it happened about 2 or 3 times. And he goes, yeah, sound. He goes, have it tonight. Next week, gets to next week. He says, have it again, aren't you? I went, send me a picture of it when it comes. Send me a picture when you're eating it.
You had to buy one.
So I had to do it. Do you know what I mean? But
he knew.
It was best thing then. Because I had it and thought, great.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And like I said, the prep with Jordan, when he made me, he didn't make me, but I had him on that much of a pedestal. I did what he said, sort of thing. But it's also the same in off season. I can't not, even when I was eating all the calories I was eating before, I can't not finish a meal. I'm gipping. How many times have you eaten your oats in the morning and sicked it back up and then not to eat it again? Not you're sick, obviously, but I'll be like, there's fucking 60 gram of oats there. I'm going to have to make another 60 gram of oats.
For, like, my first proper off-season with Josh Maley and my first proper off-season with Cal, I can remember fucking battling that salmon and rice meal or that oats meal at night.
Taking about 50 minutes to eat it.
Fuck me.
I can remember I can remember getting to 6,600 or 6,800.
Who, me?
Yeah. And it was sound. And we'd had conversation about a week before, like, no problem.
Yeah.
I think you got to 7,100.
Is that what it was?
7,100, yeah, just over.
And he's like, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Every day.
I could have cried with this meal.
That's first time because obviously.
But that were about 26 weeks of pushing, weren't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, a long time. But I can remember thinking, because I've done it where chewed it and just drunk water.
Don't be sick.
I've got four more spoons. And bear in mind, this is about 3,800 calories. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking, I'm right hard. But it would just, but he couldn't, you know what I mean? At first time I've ever seen somebody and I thought, fucking hell, he's
just
hard for it.
Even opening your mouth to put the spoon in.
Yeah.
Like, even if there's nothing on it, you get big.
And at that point, though, that's when fucking
it's counterproductive.
It is a little bit counterproductive. It is when you're force feeding like that. But do you know what makes a fucking difference is, do you know, if you're eating it cold and stuff like that, and it's fucking 175 grams of uncut white rice and it's cold and it's
a bit starchy.
Because do you know when you get into off-season, I get a little bit like, I'm not as creative with my meals.
Yeah, the things that taste as nice today.
You've got to try and make them fucking taste nice and present them nice and stuff like that.
Pickled onions. If you want to flavour your food with pickled onions.
Stop giving all the fucking way you give that away. So you've got skincare routine, pickled onion hack today. That's worth a subscribe.
Yeah,
it is.
Get them subscribed.
But yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah, so go on, get some gripes out there then, because I don't really have one this week. Mine was.
You've got some questions on your YouTube, haven't you? Your Instagram.
Yeah, I ain't really got a gripe.
They're all.
I have, but
do you want to have a look at
it? It'll take too long.
So it won't, because you didn't do one last week, and we didn't do a gripe last week. You're doing it this week.
No, but it's ended.
I don't care. The floor is yours. Go on, send it.
Fucking hell, Max, deepest man in the world.
It's
too emotional, Max. That for us.
It's right bad enough.
But do you know what? Like, that's one of them questions that it probably takes a little bit of thought. But Oscar gave us a very good example, which we've not experienced personally, but I got a little bit fucking. So, question from Max was an experience that changed your perception on life for the better. And I think there's been that many experiences now. I've been on this earth for fucking nearly 38 years that I can't pick one because there will be loads. But just for an example, just because we went to see Oscar at weekend and he went back to Nairobi, went back to Kenya, didn't he, to see his family.
Yeah.
And he went to visit an orphanage. And he showed us a video around this orphanage in Africa. And it's something that I'd love to experience, things like that. Because we fucking get lost in what we're doing.
Yeah, of course we do.
Like, we're so fucking privileged.
It's ridiculous how privileged we are.
And when we're fucking...
And we're ungrateful.
And we're ungrateful bastards, we are. And we all get lost in it a little bit. You do, because this is our normal. And he showed me that video, and I was like, fuck, like... And Oscar was saying, like, he said, he had to.
He couldn't even look at the kids, could he?
He said he was so emotional. And I think something like there probably has been points like that for me, but when somebody puts you on spot like that, it's hard to remember them. So, good question, Max. There will be experiences that we will have had, definitely, personally, but it's hard to just pick one out of thin air like that, but that's just giving an example. And I think a lot of it comes down to perspective and what you've actually got, and being grateful for it.
There's loads, to be fair. But they're all going to be quite long.
Yeah, there's some long ones there.
Yeah.
Car garage choices. Oh, car garage choices.
We've done this.
I know car garage. This is funny though. Yesterday I was just about to go into barbers. BMW rung me.
Oh.
Prospecting call. I've had my car 2.5 years. It's time for a change. They've got some BMW loyalty on.
Go and get a new one then. It's time now.
It's time for
Get a 4x4.
Might be time for a baby wagon.
Get a 4x4.
X5. M50D.
Fuck you hell.
Yeah.
I'm not that flush. I've just had to pay
no,
a fucking rate
not
tax.
too bad. I did look at tax bill. That's we talk about this all the time.
Yeah,
but I think
tax has fucked me over this year.
Something I was touched. I spoke to you. It's not nailed on yet. So I might be having to go and get my beard trimmed and dyed and eyebrows done more often because I think I'm going.
I can send you a place.
Yeah. I think I might have to go to Dubai and make the move.
Oh yeah, I get it anyway because my mate had to do it.
Yeah, I'm going over in a couple of weeks to have a look at some property and stuff. Just to have a look.
You have to stay there for a little bit longer.
Yeah, well, I've tried not to do it for a while, but I just can't not now. And like Nifty,
I thought when you put that picture of that cup of coffee on that weekend, I thought fucking holidays, putting pictures of coffees on, and now he's going to Manchester putting pictures. I thought he's becoming
I'm a little bit of a globetrotter around and out.
Yeah, he's an influencer.
But with that, I don't want to.
He's going to have some big shiny sunglasses on with his t-shirt off, fucking,
Yeah, so I'm sort of like looking forward to that. I think it's I'll train out at Dungeon. Abdullah won his pro card this weekend. Do you see that with Carl?
Was that Abdullah who owns the gym?
Yeah.
Was it? I didn't know if it were or not.
Yeah,
but he's a fucking unit.
He's a fucking unit. Yeah, he's a good guy. But yeah, no, I'll just rent a Lambo while I'm out there. Proper job. Fake Rolex, Lambo. What else do I need? No, I'm literally just I'm ideally going to be moving. I don't want to be at mix. I want to be outside, and I'm literally living my life like I do now. Get up, work, go to gym, go home.
Yeah.
And on a weekend,
it's just in fucking
we'll
sun.
do some nice shit, and it's in sun. Obviously, this time of year, it's like you can't prosper in this country. That it's, and I don't want to get into that rabbit hole because I know I talk about it all the time. But no matter which way I've tried to be able to go around the system in sort of X amount of ways, there's just no way out. Like you go somewhere, go to Dubai for 5 years, your wealth will fucking quadruple compared to where it is here. And you can always come back, which they will tax you on capital gains and things like that when you come back, but still, it's...
you can get it away though, can't you, citizenship?
Yeah, so...
180 all they are, and rest all they are.
Well, I'd look to get a golden visa. You got to invest so much in property or business out there.
Certain period.
Yeah, so I'll do that, which then you can just go to the country twice a year, I think, and that's it. So, yeah, that was a bit of a segue, but we mentioned tax, so I was just
Yeah.
But yeah, what 2-car garage?
I don't know if I'm going to go back and have a look at a Beamer. I've been contemplating potentially. I know what my car is, what I want.
Go on.
Have you seen that Porsche, the estate, the Porsche Taycan estate?
Yeah,
electric.
Yeah,
but like a fucking.
Mate, get it through business.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Salary sacrifice to get it through business.
It's not on cards just yet, but that's what I eventually do want. We've got 2 minutes.
2 minutes on battery.
But yeah, BMW contacted me.
It's going to take way too long.
I can't believe we've done 2 podcasts and you haven't had a gripe.
We have done gripes.
Yeah, but he hadn't had one.
We should have done it at the beginning. It's not like.
Well, what did I say? No, you don't listen. People tune in to listen to you chatting shit, and you've sat there and done now.
I have been here.
You're no good to us. We've earned 15. We've earned 15 quid in this YouTube now.
We're sorry, Doctor's disappointed this episode.
It's not. We can't put gripes at end. I said this message the other day.
Yeah, but you also said we'll do them later on this episode.
No, but I meant like after we'd set talking, we needed to do them. We need to do them like.
We've had a couple anyway.
At the beginning. Yeah, I've got 2 good ones, but we'll
say
them.
You said, nah, I don't want to hear it. Christian Chapman, welcome back next episode.
It's coming. I've just been speaking to him.
Right, let's get off because it's fucking roasted in here. Thank you for tuning in. Episode 11 coming soon, but we're going to film it next week, aren't we?
Potentially.
It has to be next week because, you're away and I'm away. And
right. That's it then. Filming next week.
Hold on. You haven't put fucking no holiday form.
Holiday requested. They both haven't.
Jimmy put it in.
Did he?
Yeah, he got it in. So
it's been approved, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been approved.
Sorry, James.
Right, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Soon.